We're here on the Huddle Podcast.
It is time to huddle up, baby.
Let's huddle
go.
up.
Let's go.
Dude, we've got a special guest today. I'm super excited about it. The Brady Cook, Cotton Bowl champion. Let's go.
Cotton Bowl champs. Let's go.
We're here.
Now we go. Now we go.
Thanks for having me on. Let's do this thing. I'm ready to have a little chat.
I love it. So we're here at International Tap House. We always shoot our podcast at International Tap House, usually in Lee Summit.
Shout out to ITAP.
So we made a little road trip out here today to talk to Brady.
Your first ever live podcast.
First ever. Super exciting. The Joe Rogan setup, as Kevin called it.
Let's go.
So we're here. This is exciting.
Did Brady just shout out Joe Rogan?
I think he did. I think he did.
Hey, Joe, did you hear that? You're talking about the best quarterback in the SEC just gave you a shout out.
Oh,
Listen
man.
up.
But yeah, we're here, and I'm excited to do this thing.
Awesome, man.
So,
We appreciate you.
Hey, you had workouts this morning.
workouts.
What did we do?
It was leg day.
Leg day.
It's leg day. So, the split squats, a little speed back squat today. So,
Okay.
we're moving into spring ball, so it's not quite as crazy PRing on back squat, more speed work. So, some of that. But, yeah, hit the legs. Good day.
What are you squatting these days?
Today, I split squat 275.
Okay.
And I was speed squatting like 315. So, nothing.
I will say, dude, you look bigger in person.
Well, yeah, I gained some weight, so maybe that's why. The last couple months, I'm trying to gain weight. But, yeah, I don't know.
Did you hit some Zerchers today?
What'd you say?
You guys do Zercher squats?
Zercher squats.
Dude, don't even ask me. I didn't do them. Sorry, Coach Dawson. I didn't do them.
We've probably done them once upon a time,
Yeah.
but
So speed squats. So you're slow down, then firing out of the hole.
slow down, firing out of the hole, chains on
Chains
each
on?
side.
Gotta have
Yeah,
chains on.
you know the deal.
Gotta
Yeah.
have chains on.
Love it.
That's how you know you're like in there grinding when you hear the chains clank.
Oh, dude, it's the best. I love chain squats. Like,
What are we jamming to while you're squatting?
dude, we have the same playlist. I don't know how you guys did it.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? Who's in charge
Who's
of the
in
playlist?
charge?
The
Yeah.
strength staff.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we give recommendations, but no one does. So it just ends up being the same group of songs.
Come on, you got to switch it up.
Every single workout. So every single workout you're listening to the same stuff. You tune it out. It's like it's not even there basically.
So your strength staff, are they like what age are they?
They're probably all like between 27 and 40.
So they're are we jamming out to Metallica? We got
Well, they have a little bit of their stuff, but then
Yeah.
also they try to imagine what we like and what we would want to hear.
Yeah.
So it's their perspective of what we like.
Right.
Is great.
You guys
So,
need your own DJ.
They'll play
live.
some real of the top rap hits that they think we probably love, but really we don't want to hear that
Right.
crap when we're working out. So it's funny, but also there's some bangers on there. So
they're jamming out to Mr. 309.
Yeah, they're not up at the times.
yeah,
I love it.
no, it's always an experiment when they get the audio going. But
So, dude, you're a STL kid, man.
STL,
Love it.
STL.
Chaminade High School, shout out.
Chaminade High School, Chaminade College Prep. That's the spot, man.
So you're going into college. You get I think your offer was from Mizzou your sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
was that your only look, basically?
Yeah, so I got the offer, and then started my junior year season, and I was going on visits up to Mizzou pretty much every weekend, on Saturdays.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I might as well commit. I don't want them to, fill up this spot with somebody else. Obviously, usually only take one scholarship quarterback per class. So I was
Right.
like, you know what, let's not mess around and play our luck for too long. So yeah, that was my recruitment process.
Right. And you were recruited by Odom, right?
Yeah, recruited by Odom, dually, and that was my recruitment process. I got the offer from Mizzou, started my junior season, and then committed, and then from there, obviously, as we moved into signing day, 2 weeks before signing day,
They shit can Odom.
right?
Yep.
Odom's gone. Drinkwitz comes on, and kind of like a blind face situation to where you're putting your faith into Drink, putting your faith into the school, and you start to build that relationship when you get on campus rather than the recruiting process.
Yeah. So how was the team chemistry at that point coming into Mizzou?
It was tough. There's a mixture of Odom guys, a mixture of a new class, with the guys that just got in. So it was trying to get everybody to move in one direction. Obviously, that's hard. That's hard in college football alone. But when you mix in, recruits, people from different staff. It was tough at the beginning, I think. And obviously for me, I was just a true freshman trying to adjust
Right.
and figure this whole thing out.
Drinking from a fire hose, right?
Oh, dude, I'm head's barely afloat, trying to figure out workouts and meetings and classes and the whole deal. So, it was a little bit everywhere at first, but it definitely settled down a little bit.
So it was just like a huge shock.
Yeah,
Going from high school football to SEC football.
Oh yeah, huge shock. I remember, like the first workout, I got back to my apartment and like my legs were just sitting there just shaking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like
You're like, am I made out for this?
like we go right back at it tomorrow morning at 6. I was like, oh, but
It's wild.
So you committed your sophomore year, right? Sophomore, junior year.
Offered like my sophomore year. Started my junior season and like pretty early into my junior season committed. I want to say it was September.
So when you committed, like other schools, right? There was probably other schools. You get all those letters in the mailbox at the school office, right? You sort through them. Mm-hmm. Like, did any other school like, man, like, hey, Brady, like, appreciate you. Like, you're going to Mizzou, but like, you need to check this out.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to think back.
But it's like a mindset, right? Because then you start to question yourself, like, did I make the right decision?
Right. I mean, it was like I got letters and there was communication with schools, but there was never any other like serious conversations like had, and there was never any like serious phone calls or visits.
Do you think maybe that's because you committed so early?
Yeah, I committed. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I committed early. I knew where I wanted to go, and like, had I not committed so early and played out the recruitment process a little bit, it might have helped my recruitment status and stars a little bit. Which, sucks to say, like it does hold some weight, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't, but it does. So yeah, on that side. But yeah, I committed to where I wanted to play. You only need one offer to play football. And that's how I kind of saw it.
Well, it seems like it's all kind of worked out for you.
Yeah, okay. I guess so.
It's like when you look at guys like Dylan Edwards, right? That was committed to K-State, decommitted, then committed to Notre Dame, then decommitted, then went to Colorado. Like social media is such a presence in the recruiting efforts. Like, Taylor Bratt at Kansas State, one of my good buddies, like they have someone on staff just to make all these Twitter posts.
Right. And I mean, you think about like the Dylan Edwards thing, like he goes and gets one fan base. They get their whole following. Then he moves to another fan base. You get their whole following.
Not a bad
their
move,
whole
man.
hype. Then you go to one more. Why not? So, you're getting so many audience and following and all these people. And I mean, it builds your brand.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So you can really tell that the culture is different now than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like you feel a
complete 180.
huge difference.
Complete 180. Like from when me and Drink both got here, we got here at the same time that spring semester because I graduated early. Into now, this spring semester, complete 180.
Yeah.
Everyone in the building believes we can win the national championship, believes we can win the SEC championship. That's not the case when we first got here. And that's been the biggest difference. The guys in the locker room, the staff, and like the trust between those two groups. It's the biggest thing. And I truly believe that's the difference in college football.
Yeah. So what kind of coach is Drink? I mean, is he a big motivator? I mean,
yeah.
What kind of leader is he?
Yeah, I mean he's a heavy. He's a great speaker. He's a great speaker. He knows how to motivate and influence a team. He knows how, like you said, he's an influencer. Great speaker. He fires people up when he needs to, but also he tries his best to just be another dude.
Right.
Almost, he tries to just be a guy that you can talk to. Tries his best to just bond with the team like another teammate. You know what I'm saying? Which helps a lot.
Dude likes to talk some shit too.
He likes to talk some shit, which helps too.
Here's what I want to know.
Hey, it's okay when you're winning.
Here's what I want to know. Okay, is part of the hiring requirements for a head coach at Mizzou on the application that you wear a visor? I mean, it's got to be, right?
You have to wear a visor.
You got to wear a visor in Columbia.
That's a great point. That might be on the deal somewhere. I don't know if we'll ever see it. But yeah, the visor thing, that's funny, man. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, going back to the Pinkle days.
Yeah.
Did Drinkwitz not show up in Lee Summit in a chopper?
I'm sure he did.
He probably did.
I think he went and
he may have gone to Lee Summit North or maybe Liberty.
I think it was Lee Summit North. He landed the chopper, or maybe it was Liberty. He landed the chopper right next to the football stadium.
Yeah, he probably did.
I know he's done it before, like at DeSmet and other places like that.
That's wild. That's wild. Coach Snyder showing up his escalator.
You got any good drink stories? Just like things the public might not have heard before?
Man, I mean,
something that's funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's got to be something. Drink. I'm thinking. One thing that just stuck out to me was my first spring practice ever. So this is back in my first spring.
Yeah.
This is my first rep of 7-on-7. So as a quarterback, 7-on-7, that's, let's go.
That's it.
Let's go. This is our drill. You know what I'm saying? First rep ever. I threw like a flat route into a cloud corner. Not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Not what you want to do. I think he called me like Ryan Fitzpatrick among some other things. And I was like in my head, like my little young self, and like, Ryan Fitzpatrick, like, I mean, that's kind of good, right?
I mean,
like,
he's in the NFL.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Fitzpatrick,
I was like, what's he trying to say? And like, the second rep has already started, and I'm still thinking about the Ryan Fitzpatrick
what's
comment.
he mean?
So I probably throw another incompletion, but that's one thing that stuck in my head. So he messes around a lot. He jokes around at practice, but he can get serious too.
He's a player's coach.
Right. He's a player's coach. He's a player's coach.
That's what you want.
You gotta have that mix between a player's coach and a guy that can actually like, hey, it's time to go.
Right.
Like all joking
100%.
aside, friends aside, like we got to go.
100%. So
That's
he
cool.
does that really well.
Right.
That's awesome.
So your first couple years at Mizzou, I mean, they were tough. It was an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I mean, things were not too bright at that point.
Yeah, I mean, uphill battle. The first 2 years, obviously, I spent behind Connor Bazelak for the majority of that. And just, I mean, trying to do what I can from that position and that role. Obviously, eventually got the spot. And then, I moved into my first year starting 2022. Another tough year, another tough year. Obviously, had the shoulder injury. That happened in Manhattan versus K-State.
Oh, go Cats.
Hey,
Oh, my God.
Relax.
Gotta
Come
throw
on,
that
man.
out there. Gotta throw that out there.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I had the shoulder injury that happened versus K-State early on, and it was just an uphill battle from there. But I will say that season played a big role in last season in building that team, going through that adversity.
Well, and you had there were so many close games too that went the wrong way.
Close games. We learned how to finish games. And just we went through a lot of shared adversity, staff, coaches, players. So that played a big role in last year.
So then we come into this year. We win our first couple games that we should have won.
Right.
And still, I don't think people were overly optimistic about this team at that point.
Correct.
We go. I was at the K-State game. I don't know if did you watch that game this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge moment in your career.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
That game was huge.
Yeah.
But shout out to Drink, man. You go out there, you get booed by the fans, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And shout out to Drink for calling the fans out on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's when I gained a mad amount of respect and trust to Drink.
Absolutely.
And that's when our relationship and the quarterback head coach relationship really took a turn. Which I think is also huge for a college football program.
100%.
Your quarterback and head coach have to be on the same page. And that's like when we kind of, synced up.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in the stands that game, and you throw that bomb to Luther, and I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, a bomb.
I'm like, this might be special. Like,
yeah.
This looks different.
That was what me and Cody always say and tell people is like, that was the play that like sparked this year. Like that's when everyone started to believe. Because I mean, we were down 7 early, and we were like, here we go.
Let's not forget that.
Just
Let's not forget that first touchdown was kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Which one?
That tipped.
The first one.
Come on,
My
man.
ass. Players make
Come on.
plays.
Players make plays.
Players make plays. So you're going to say Lamar Jackson had a lucky play, catch his own pass?
Right,
Everybody thinks he's God.
It's a lucky catch. There's
Whether
no
it's
other way to
lucky
put
or
it.
not. I mean, players make
okay.
plays.
Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, that was the play. That drive response on that, and the bomb to Luther. That was a defining moment.
I think everybody in the
season.
stadium was just like, I remember at halftime looking at people like, I think we might be looking at something special.
Might have a squad.
This might be legit.
I'm going to tell you what my favorite thing about that game was with you is as a former offensive lineman, you lead the squad, right? And we know that. We see that, right?
Yeah.
Like I told you a couple stories about, Colin Klein, about his ability to lead. Went back to the huddle. Dude's arms are literally tore up. Like see his bone. And I'm like, dude, Colin, we could see your shin or your forearm, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's all right. We got 3 to go. We got 3 to go. You had that type of leadership that game. Like you stepped up. I saw it in your face. Yeah. And like, I'm obviously, I'm a big fan of sports and just in general. To see you have that leadership, those guys gained a whole new level of respect for you too. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, I take a lot of pride in that. Like the guys up front and the rest of the people on the team, even defense too. Like they need to know that like I'm not coming. First of all, I'm not coming out of the game,
Right.
unless it's on a stretcher.
Yep.
The quarterback, as a quarterback, that's how it has to be.
Yep.
You're not coming out of the game unless it's on a stretcher, and you're going to lead the guys until the clock says zero. So,
Right.
Obviously, yeah, like second quarter of that game, tibia plateau fracture, hyperextension on my right knee, and that was a battle. That was a battle for sure. So it was one of those deals, and I think that's another thing that plays into that game and how important it was. I probably gained a lot of the respect of my teammates and the people up front. So there's a lot of different aspects of this game, the K-State game, that played into the 2023 season.
Yeah, I've got to ask too. What the hell happened on that spike ball delay of game?
Man, I was hoping you were going to ask that. So to be honest, let's get this question over.
We can cut it. We can cut it.
We spiked the ball. And everyone just kind of like tunes out a little bit.
I kind of thought it was a timeout almost.
Yeah, right. So everyone took a deep breath. And the offense just starts kind of gravitating towards the sideline. We start talking with the coaches, blah, blah, blah. We start calling a play. And then we realize the play clock's at 9 seconds, and we're kind of just talking on the sideline on the numbers. We start sprinting out, trying to get everybody set. Obviously, I don't want to snap it before everyone's set. It's a penalty anyway.
Yeah, you're screwed at that point.
Screwed at that point anyway. So
yeah, so we go from 56 to 61, right?
We go to 56 to 61, and I don't know. Maybe that's another thing that played into the significance of this game. Like I said, so
hey, the powers that be, maybe.
It's unreal.
Now that we got that out of the way, let's get the next point out of the way. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Just get it out. 61 yards. Let's just hear it.
So thicker kicker comes in.
Here he is.
We got a light drizzle on the field.
Yeah.
I think we're all standing there like, I know the guy's got the leg, but there's no fucking chance that he makes this, right? And it goes in.
I just appreciate he's fat. He's not a typical prototype kicker, right?
He's not. He's not.
The kickers that I know are like literally 137 pounds.
Yeah.
They're hanging out playing pool in the equipment or in the players' room.
It kind of gives you some confidence,
Yeah.
because he's not going to be short on that thing ever. But no, right when as I'm walking off, he's walking on. I remember I go up to him. And before I was about to dap him up and say something, before I can even get something out, he like whispers in my ear, "I got this." Something real confident like that.
What a stud.
I appreciate that.
I appreciated that a lot too. That fired me up, and then all I could do was watch, and boy, yeah, it was fun watching.
Is he a fun dude?
He is, man. He is. He graduated early with me, so we spent our whole time together. And yeah, he's one of my best buds. Really good dude, salt of the earth. So.
He shovels some barbecue, dude.
Oh yeah. He
Let's go.
He can eat some food, and
we gotta get that. Hold on, we gotta get that boy some Zarda.
He needs some Zarda. Shout out Terry at Zarda.
I think you guys would really enjoy him on the pod one day.
Get him on, dude.
Is
he here? He's not in Como though anymore, is he?
No, I think he'll be here for about a month until I think he'll be here for the pro day and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible. I think you guys would enjoy getting him on the pod.
Hook us up, brother.
Okay,
awesome.
I can definitely get Mevis on the pod. Let's do that.
Dude.
I love it. So anyway, moving on. So yeah, that was seemed like it was maybe the aha moment.
Yeah.
Of last year.
No doubt.
Okay, we did this. I think we got something special. We can keep this momentum going forward.
Yeah.
We win a couple games. Then we go into LSU. We beat Memphis.
Yeah.
At the Mizzou at the Lou. Mm-hmm. Offense phenomenal.
Clicking. Clicking.
Speedy Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Theo Weiss. Mm-hmm. What'd you throw for how many yards that game?
Some good amount.
Was it 400 plus?
That was LSU.
That was LSU. Yeah.
But yeah, Memphis offense was clicking.
Offense was clicking.
Back in the Lou.
Yeah.
Back in the Lou.
And then we have LSU at home.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people nationally gave us a chance to win that game. We were underdogs at home.
Right. Yeah. It's tough.
And we came out strong. Came out real strong in that game. Mm-hmm. Was Jalen Daniels just super impressive?
Yeah. He's legit. He's legit. No doubt about it. He's one of the best players I've played. One of the best. I know one of the best players our team's played. He can change a game so quickly, as we saw, just with his legs, arm, playmaking ability. He was taking some hits too. Super tough kid. So a lot of respect for him.
Then dude went off.
The dude's a stud.
Yeah.
He almost. You tell me, but it seemed like he single-handedly won the game in the second half there, fourth quarter.
Yeah, there was some they were putting some tough situations offensively.
They were
he bailed them out.
They're fourth and long on in their own
yeah.
They were within their own 25, I think. Mm-hmm. And he runs it was fourth and 15 or something.
Yeah, he was running around everywhere. So,
yeah.
But honestly, the LSU game was a lot of fun offensively for us. And
you guys were rolling.
Yeah, we were rolling, and honestly, I was still big for like the offensive development of like our receivers, pass pro stuff like that, because we did throw the ball and run the ball pretty well.
Yeah, and so then we go into Kentucky, away, and play one of the worst first quarters I think we played all year.
Yeah,
it's like what the hell's going on?
Right.
And just the way we bounced back was unbelievable for the next 3 quarters. So that had to be super telling. Like, did you learn a lot about that team in that game? The
Kentucky game was very important, very, very important. Like you said, awful first quarter. Down 14, their crowd's pumped up. You're in a away SEC game, and you're down 14 in the first quarter. It's not the situation you want to be in. So, we were going to be tested for sure that game. And then, another 3 and out. Send the punt team on. I'm over there, like, pissed off as can be, probably, sipping on some Gatorade, talking to the receivers, saying, what's going on out there. And I just see the ball in the air on the Jumbotron. Luke Bauer is tossing that thing.
So did you know that was going to happen?
No, I didn't.
You had no idea.
I look up and I see the ball in the air because I hear like a gasp from like, how the crowd gasp. So I look up and the ball is just in the air, and, Speedy Johnson somehow finds a way to take it in. And then from there, super physical game, but I mean, that just changed everything. That changed the momentum.
I think and as fans, I think we were like, because we're like, oh, is this the old Mizzou again, where we're just going to go into the road to Kentucky and lose, you know?
Right.
And to bounce back like that, I think just built so much confidence.
Luke Bauer, baby.
Let's go, Luke.
I think your guys' change is obviously, like you said, like the camaraderie. The team was different your first 2 years here, right?
Yeah.
And then the thing is you start playing like you played the first part of the season, right? Mm-hmm. You now went from being the hunter to the hunted, right?
Yeah.
Cat's got that schedule circled,
right?
Right. And so now, I mean, I'd like to, let's turn into the Chiefs, right? Like right when Patrick Mahomes started taking off, you're going to get everyone's best effort.
Yes.
And this year's going to be this will be it, right? You're going to get every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, likely we're going to be we'll probably be a top 10 team to start the year.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are still going with the STP this year, which is cool.
STP.
Yeah.
STP.
Something to prove.
Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, I'm excited for this year, man.
Electric.
Gonna be insane.
All
right, so let's keep it going. So we, beat Kentucky on the road. Let's talk about that Georgia game on the road.
Yep.
I was there. It was absolutely electric. People were talking a lot of shit to me.
Was that environment wild?
Dude, I love playing there.
Yeah.
I love playing there. Yeah. One of the first games I played in was 2-3 years ago there. Loved it. And then, so I knew the environment I was going to be in last year. And, dude, it was awesome. I love playing at Georgia.
Is that your favorite stadium to play in the SEC? Other than Faroe, obviously.
Right. Away games in the SEC, they're all fun, man, I will say. But I really like Georgia.
You do?
It's just such like the environment's so clean, man. Like the stadium, the grass, like the stands, the hedges that go around it. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty.
It's pretty, and like obviously super loud. The fans are crazy, so it's always interesting and fun.
Obviously, SEC fans can be a little ferocious at times.
Yeah.
Do you have like a particular story you can think of maybe a fan saying something to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely.
I'm sure you get quite a few.
Yeah. There's quite a few. I remember in Manhattan. The game where I had the injury. It is an awful game. There were some fans ticking me off because we sit right in front of the student section, and I mean, they
was that you?
It was not me. I was in club. Hey,
non-stop, man.
Drunk country folk.
Non-stop, man. And a lot of our players are turning around, yelling, saying stuff. And I'm trying my best not to. And I might look back there a couple times like, shut the hell up, man. But
hey, Wildcat Nation, you keep doing your job.
Yeah.
Because you hear that? Yeah, it's working, baby.
Yeah, no. And I actually think I was checking my DMs on Instagram 3-4 days later after the game. And a couple of them, I guess, got sober and felt bad for what they were saying.
No shit.
They DM'd me on Instagram and apologized. And I was
nice.
Come on, I mean, at this point, you might as well just
let
forget
the sleeping
it,
dog lie there.
But you can, that's a little bit of humility there. I can appreciate that.
A little bit of humility out of Manhattan.
That's
much appreciated. Much appreciated.
We don't have to play him this year, so.
I got to find out. I remember when we would, so my first ever college game was at an SEC stadium. We played at Auburn, right?
Oh yeah.
Josh Freeman, Jordy Nelson, those guys.
Yeah.
And I remember like when we traveled to like different schools, whether it's SEC, Big 12, wherever, there was always that drive-in, right? You're sitting in the bus, you're jamming out to whatever you're jamming, and there's always the opposing fans are meeting the bus.
Yes.
So where is that one place where you're hitting that final drive-in, you see the stadium, you see whether that's Ole Miss, because I hear that place gets a little rowdy out there too. What's that one fan base where you're like...
Because you've been to all of them.
You've been to all of them.
Been to a lot of them. Man, you know what? Honestly, like for the Mizzou to travel and like for fans to be lined up on the buses, flipping us the bird and like going crazy, like South Carolina and Kentucky.
No shit.
Like,
really?
And like obviously, I think because like that game had a little bit of a personal feel with
Absolutely.
Mizzou.
Yeah.
So like maybe not what you would expect, but like like I could definitely tell those fans were taking it personal for sure.
Yeah.
Then when we were driving by and you can just get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But
Does that not, like, I got goosebumps right now thinking about that kind of stuff.
dude,
Isn't that
it's
fun?
the best, bro. I mean, it's like all.
Do you love playing on the road?
Yeah, I mean, and like one thing I was talking about with my buddy last night actually, like playing on the road, it kind of like takes you back to like little league ball. Like you're in the locker room, you got metal lockers. You know what I'm saying? You don't have screens in there. You don't have all the fancy crap. It's just ball, man. So like that type of stuff is awesome.
Yeah, dude, you took a fat hit in that Georgia game, didn't you?
Yeah,
On the sideline there.
Took a few of those.
I remember because I actually was on. So I was actually on the flight with your grandparents and your. I think it was your uncle.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, my Uncle Matt.
Yeah, so they were there. So I flew with them after and before, I think.
That's
They were
awesome.
talking about that hit. They're like, yeah, I don't think he could really see straight after that one.
Yeah, I took some hits this year. I still progressed as far as protecting myself from the year prior.
Yeah.
Gonna need to take another step forward on that.
Well, shit on that. I mean, jumping forward, but you ran the hell out of the ball at the Ohio State game.
Yeah, I ran the ball well versus the Buckeyes for sure. A couple big hits in that game, I will say. There was one like a little quarterback pin pull down there in the red zone that shook me up a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, it's a part of it, man. I mean, when it's all over, I'm gonna miss that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I gotta bring this up, and you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No, let's chat.
But that Georgia game, man, we're obviously in that game. We played Georgia closer really than any opponent has played them in a long time.
Yeah.
On their turf.
Yep.
And walk us through that interception.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. So it's
Just curious.
third play of the drive. We just crossed the 50, so we call one of our play actions that we like. It's a play we've repped a lot. It's one of our little tight end hide type delay things, and yeah, man. Unfortunate. My path on the play action got cut a little short. I stepped up. The timing with our tight end was just a little bit off because my path was cut a little short. I tried to make the throw over the line. My follow through was cut off like this. My wrist.
You did get tipped,
The ball was not tipped.
but your arm got hit.
Your arm did.
The follow through on your arm got tipped, which, the ball is coming out of your hand still with nothing, but where's the trajectory of the ball
Right.
going?
So, folks, let's clear it up. All right. Brady Cook didn't just hand the ball to the line.
That's exactly right. Clear that
Right.
shit up.
I actually think that's the first time I've ever talked about it. So
No shit.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever talked about it.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it up. I don't.
Yeah. No, it's definitely tough. That's a tough.
You still played your ass off.
Yeah, tough moment for sure because I felt like I played like a pretty high level game that game.
I think you did.
And at the end of the game, obviously walking off the field, all you're going to be remembered is loss and brutal interception. So like, it's one of those things and one of those games, which obviously that's how seasons go. There's going to be those moments, but
Yeah, but you also threw some dimes in that game.
yeah, it was a fun game, man. Like I said, like looking back at it now after like the emotions out of it, dude, I had a blast that game. Like we all did. The coaches, the players, like, yeah, hey, it didn't go our way, but like, dude, it was fun.
You guys
man.
fought though.
It was fun. We fought and like no regrets.
Did you feel just like Georgia was bigger, faster, stronger than?
No, dude.
No,
dude.
Like
I felt like we were right there, like step for step. Like, I really did. I think everyone else did too. That was the difference. Like in years past, no, it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel step for step. Like we felt behind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But not last year.
I don't.
Dude, this game is such a mental aspect because when you can erase that from your mind about, oh my God, this is Georgia.
Yeah.
It's like when I was playing, it was Texas, right?
Yeah.
It was freaking Texas, dude. That's
Yeah.
Colt McCoy. Like, that's Texas, dude. Ask me how many times we lost at Texas in 5 years. Never. beat them every year.
Is it just football though? Once you get out there,
It's
like
football, man.
you loosen up a little bit.
At the end of the day, the ball's gonna get snapped. You're gonna have the ball in your hand, and you're gonna be playing the game you've played your whole life.
Stars don't make tackles.
Right. So I mean, as fast as you can take, the sticker off the helmet, in your weekly prep or whenever you get mentally locked in, take the sticker off the helmet, and I mean, it's ball. So
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you guys are prepared every time.
Yeah, I mean that is one thing I can say is like our team felt very prepared last year, and like obviously LSU and Georgia, the ball didn't bounce our way in certain situations, and I felt like each week after those games we learned from it, like we didn't lose 2 in a row, we didn't pout.
That's true, right? Because we lose against Georgia and we're like, hey, what are we playing for anything at this point? Are we going to come out strong against Tennessee? And we come out against Tennessee and just beat the shit out of them. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
And I mean, let him have it.
Yeah, I mean, we were pissed.
Let him have it.
We were pissed. So
why was it so personal? I mean, everybody's like, that was such a personal game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they kicked our ass the year before.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, I think
was there some shit behind the scenes? Like,
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is they kicked our ass 2 years ago, kicked our ass a year ago, and like both of those stung. Like both of them stung. Like we didn't just get beat; we got blown out.
And the way they ran the score up at the end there too.
Ran the score up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the biggest part of it. And then also like definitely some fuel from the Georgia game the week prior. You come off a loss like that where you had it and it had such an impact and it was so important to your season. Like we're gonna come out pissed the next week. So that kind of led up to that game.
Yeah. So Cody has a huge game against Tennessee.
Massive.
Like
life-changing game.
Unbelievable game.
Yeah.
One of the biggest games from a running back in SEC history.
Yeah.
What makes this guy so good? Like you look at him, it's like he looks like he's slightly undersized, maybe not the fastest guy.
Yeah.
How does he do it?
Yeah. I mean, like, I think the narrative, like, kind of took a turn to, like, okay, like, yeah, like, this kid just is smart, does the right things and just plays super hard, plays harder than everybody else. But, like, in reality, like, he's very talented. Like, he has to be. He has to be, right? The dude is just as talented as a lot of the running backs, the best running backs in college football. And people didn't see that until very, very late in the season. So, like, a game like Tennessee where he was fully confident and fast and healthy, his legs were healthy, and he was able to just go crazy was, like, so cool to see, man. So cool to see.
And I think you can probably agree with this. A lot of it has to do with his confidence in the line.
Yes,
right?
100%.
I mean, when he knows the left tackle, when he takes a step like this, he's got a 7-tech. That 7-tech's hitting the edge hard. You got to read. Like he knows exactly the way that guy's going to play.
Yeah.
And when he gets confident in those guys, you get confident in those guys. Dude, it's hard to freaking beat a confidence in a running back, quarterback, and an O-line.
100%, especially when like everybody's on the same page. Like Javon Foster, Xavier Delgado, our left tackle, left guard last year. They were both in their 6 years.
Oh yeah,
Cody's been running behind those guys for a long time, and those guys, I mean, unbelievable amount of reps. I mean, the amount of reps those three have had together. So I mean, you add that, and then you mix in the chemistry with the rest of our team. I mean, he was in a good spot.
Yeah.
So I love that feeling, dude. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, isn't it? It's awesome, dude. It's awesome to watch. Those two up front on the left side last year were unbelievable.
Dude, Javon will be in the NFL here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Both of those guys.
He's a stud.
He was a house.
Dude, awesome players, bro.
And looking
awesome
back, he wasn't super. I mean, he wasn't highly touted out of high school, was he? Javon?
Probably not.
I don't think he was.
Probably not. I mean, a lot of our core guys weren't, So, and obviously that's kind of changing. But a lot of those guys that you're seeing go out like last year, the year before, this year, they're not like all 5 stars.
Right.
So
did you guys get fired up after that Tennessee game when Drink's talking shit? The Heupel?
Yes. Well, he told us early in the week that he, this game was personal. Like he's gonna stand on business. Like blah blah blah. Like that's our motto this week. Like we're gonna stand on business. Like we're not just gonna let stuff slide from the year prior. So we knew it had a personal feel. We knew Drink was fired up.
Love it.
So man, yeah. When we got back in the locker room and like Drink's fired up, coaches are fired up, players are getting crazy. It was awesome.
I love it. There's gonna be so many fan bases that hate his guts.
You guys have a massive year ahead, dude. So speaking of coaches fired up, I got to bring this up. Evan Bang, Coach Bang.
Yeah.
You love him.
Yeah, he's a dude.
He's a dude.
A dude.
So he's from Lee Summit.
Yeah.
and his dad was the head coach at Lee Summit West for one of my best friends, Brian Herzog. So I got to know Coach Bame early on in my college career.
Okay, good.
And I'll never forget the first time he was here playing, and I think I was just getting done, and I met Evan for the first time. And no, this was because he played. What year did Coach Bame play?
Oh,
I don't know the years.
Evan Bame would have been in the Big 12 days.
Was it?
I think so.
Was it though?
We should know that.
No, I
really should
cut this.
I think we'll cut this.
Cut this.
But I think he graduated in the SEC. I'm pretty sure.
You might be right.
But anyways,
That
I
sounds
remember
right.
coming in and seeing him. I had been done playing, and we can cut this, Mike Z. I went up to him. I said, "Hey, motherfucker." I said, "You want to see how a Big 12 fucking offensive lineman does it?" I shotgun this beer and smash the beer can on my fucking head and get right in his jaw. And I said, "That's fucking big drink for you." and his dad is standing right there. And Royce, shout out Royce. You can get back in there. Royce has got this grin on his face. And Evan goes, "Give me 3 years. I'm going to beat your fucking ass."
Oh my God.
So
That's awesome, dude.
tell Evan that,
Okay, I'll
you're here
definitely.
with me.
I'll talk to him.
But he
I'll
is a
talk to him
salt
later.
of the earth, dude.
Dude, he's awesome, man.
An absolute beast in the trenches.
Dude,
The size of a house still.
we're lucky to have him on staff.
He's having a
Lucky to have
baby
him.
today.
What?
I think the baby's coming today. If not,
that
they were
right?
inducing today.
Wow.
I should know this,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Okay,
Because we were gonna try to get him on after
gonna
you.
have
today.
I gotta shoot this guy a text, man.
We were gonna try to get him on after you because we're like, hey, if we're gonna make the trip out here,
Right.
maybe get Evan on here.
Yeah. Because
He's like-
I
and
text.
he's like, I'm having a baby.
I guess.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's not an excuse, man. This is the Huddle podcast.
yeah.
Get your
Right.
I called Royce.
No, just be like, the baby's invited too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on, dude.
Come
Dude,
on.
3 hours on.
Come on.
Get him on. But yeah, I texted Royce. I was like, "Hey, we really need someone on with Brady. Like right after him. Like, can we bring Evan on and talk about his ties to Lee Summit? Obviously,
Yeah.
that's where we're from." And he's like, "Dude, let me call him real quick." And then he calls me back. He's like, "Dude, I just talked to Evan. I forgot they're having a baby this week. Like,
Yikes.
I'm pretty sure like probably Monday or Tuesday."
Wild.
So, anyways.
Wild. But yeah, that's the man, dude. That's
Yeah.
the man.
Good dude.
And it's good to have a guy like that is just shortly removed to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right? Because the day, let's just say back from like 2002 to 2012, the game of football has changed so much, right? I mean, you're trying to spread these guys out, right?
Yeah.
You're going to still have your zones, your ISO, stuff like that.
Right.
But a lot of it's like, who's going to set the edge? Who's going to get on the hat on the outside? And where's that cutback lane? And I think that's where Schrader did such a good job, is those cutback lanes. Like, that's the unsung hero of the run game in college
100%.
football.
Dude, it was crazy. I
100%.
think at one point in the year, it was like one of the last games of the year, and on the broadcast, they said he didn't have one negative rush,
Dude.
like all season.
You know how crazy that is?
That's
You're
insane.
leaning forward, baby.
How the hell does that? That's crazy. You're-
always falls forward.
Run down
nuts.
hills.
Always falls forward.
4th and 1. What are you gonna do?
Give it to the shredder.
Get it to the shredder, baby. All right, so we go. Florida's at home, and I think at that point we're feeling pretty damn confident about this team.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people thought we were gonna blow Florida out, and it ended up being a pretty close game.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing in the SEC.
pretty
Like
close,
every
I'd
team's
say.
talented, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Every week you got to bring your.
you got 5-star
bring your
kids
stuff.
on every team in the SEC.
Right.
So you guys go into Florida. Yeah, obviously the big play at the end there to Luther on 4th down.
Yeah.
Was that? Did you know that was your first option on that play? Like I'm going to
So-
Luther.
He's not. He's the first option, but he's not the primary.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So he's number one on the read sheet, but you're trying to get the ball to this deep dig across the middle.
Okay.
It's like, it's a desperation route. It's a deep dig with Luther being the clear out guy. He's running basically a seam read, but it's just a clear out. Run down the field, take a safety out of there, let the dig window open up for Theo. However, Luther starts running. They're playing like a cover 3, drop 8 type deal, pretty like soft zone. So like there's a window there down the field for a seam. And Luther runs into this bubble behind the, second level before the safeties. And he kind of just starts to turn back, and I just let it rip.
I mean, they gave you a window.
Yeah, they gave me the window. So like pre-snap, I knew that like there might be a big zone window here. And like surely they're not gonna like leave it open, but they did. And Luther started to turn his eyes back, which he probably shouldn't have done. He probably should have just kept
Right.
running to clear out the safety. But he gets
Thank
his
God
eye.
he did.
Yeah, thank God he did. He gets his eyes back, goes up and makes a catch, and like boom, like offense snapped back into 2 minutes. Let's get up there, let's move, and
Yeah. So
Rest-
where do you
rest was history.
rank that? Obviously, like big plays for the year. Thicker kicker, 61-yarder, huge. Probably that fake punt against Kentucky were super key.
yeah,
The 4th down,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's right up there, man. I mean, any of these plays, you know what I'm saying? Any of these plays go one way or the other.
Changes the whole trajectory of the season, right?
It changes everything. So, like, I think they're just all equally right up there. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's awesome. So then we go into, you know, going to the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Mizzou fans. Traveled unbelievably well.
Oh, man.
I mean.
That was my last game, Cotton Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got to know this before we get into
You were the first. You played the first at Jerry World, right?
I think we were the first at Jerry World against Arkansas, yeah.
Oh, really?
I got to know this. You still do the Lowry's Beef Bowl?
Wait, what now?
The Lowry's Beef Bowl where y'all go to Lowry's Steakhouse and eat prime rib?
Is that like where they shave it off?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
who ate more? Which team? Because they weigh it.
Oh, no, dude. We didn't do this.
Oh, you didn't do it?
Yeah, we did like just by team. Like just with the team, they like shaved the meats off and like ate a bunch of like steaks and like stuff like that.
So they used to weigh and compare teams.
Yes, they did.
No
and
shit.
so you had the champions of the Lowry's Beef Bowl.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. And so, dude, we dog walked Arkansas and eating prime rib.
What point in the week is this? Like,
let's see.
It's got to be pretty early on, right?
This would be night 3.
Night 3.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Night 3. Night 2 or night, because you're going for 7 days, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this would be night 2, night 3.
Yeah.
And I mean, we dog walked Arkansas. Now they dog walked Ryan Mallett, R.I.P. Ryan. Terrible deal.
Yeah.
Crazy. They dog walked us. Not really. I mean, we did pretty damn good. But the Lowry's Beef Bowl, that shit was good, right?
Yeah. No doubt.
Did you guys go to a Stars hockey game?
Yeah, we did. We did the first night.
Saw those pictures.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun, man. I've only been to Blues games in St. Louis, so it was cool to see a different stadium, different deal. It was fun.
Blues are looking good, man.
Dude, he just shouted out the Blues.
I love it. Hey, Blues are in the playoffs right now.
Are they?
Oh yeah,
LGB.
barely.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, dude, Cotton Bowl was sick. I was there. I mean, there was definitely more Mizzou fans than Ohio State.
100%.
Easy.
And for all the shit talkers out there, Ohio State didn't have their players. Bullshit.
Right. Their defense did.
They had their whole defense, man. One of the best defenses in the whole league. Obviously, I mean, they looked fantastic. I mean, was that the best defense you think you played all year?
Yeah, 100%.
No doubt.
100%. That defense was like.
I mean, you did not look comfortable back there.
No,
the whole game.
Their guys up front were really, really, really good. Their DNs were really, really, really good. On the back end, they didn't have MAs. There wasn't missed assignments, you know. So like,
just super disciplined.
They're matching up exactly how they need to match up. And when you have guys up front playing like that, and the back end's matching up exactly how they need to match up, I mean, it just makes it very, very hard. So I tried to use my legs as much as possible early on, and just wait for that one. You know,
well, one thing I did notice is like you were smart with the ball that game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you didn't force anything.
Right. I mean, I knew that like our defense was in a great position. So as long as we didn't beat ourselves on offense, there was gonna be a play or two that breaks us through, gets us in the end zone. We're gonna get in the end zone eventually.
Yeah.
Let's just not beat ourselves. Our defense is playing really well.
Right. So when you see Ohio State on the schedule, like how pumped were you guys?
Dude, it was awesome.
Like,
it was awesome.
You could go out and play. No offense to, like a Tulane or somebody like that.
Yeah, right.
But that's got to feel pretty cool.
No, yeah. I mean, I think we were just excited to play on the biggest stage against the biggest brand, in football. They're one of those programs that's up there with, anybody else. So, just a really cool opportunity, and everybody within our team and school just like really enjoyed the crap out of it, man. Enjoyed it. And just took the opportunity for what it was.
I love it, man.
You've been to their bowl games. Does the Cotton Bowl, do they not just absolutely take care of you?
Dude.
Was it not unbelievable?
It was awesome.
Unbelievable.
It was awesome. I've been to, two other bowl games before that. I mean, obviously not even close, but like just the hospitality, the way it was set up, obviously being in Dallas is sweet. I love Dallas. I'm a Dallas guy. So, man, yeah, it was cool, man. It was awesome.
Did you stay at the Gaylord Texan?
No, they gave Ohio State the Gaylord.
They did?
That's some bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
Hey, all good. That was a little. We got down there and like, everyone's like, yeah, they got Ohio State at the Gaylord. We're like STP, STP. Baby.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
Put another chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
We stayed at the Gaylord Texan.
Yeah.
so tour.
STP.
I love it.
So what a year, man. It was an unbelievable year. I mean, brought all the fans together. So much buzz around this program right now. And I think the direction's pretty positive.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty positive.
Yeah, I'd say so.
man, yeah, I just feel like the standard and the expectation is now at a different level, and I think that's just a part of constantly growing and improving and finding a way to take it to the next level, and that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your expectation as a team this year? I mean, is it really like we want to go win a national title? I mean, is that the goal? I mean, is that the expectation?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is an expectation is 12-0 SEC championship, college football playoff.
I love it.
So that's the goal. That's the expectation, and we just got to go get it done.
What do you think about everybody, or a lot of people talking about? Oh man, we got this super easy SEC schedule.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
like, is there an easy game in the SEC?
No, there's not an easy game in the SEC.
Like you go play on the road against A&M. Like
you got to strap it up. And
people are
make
like,
plays.
"Oh, that's an easy win."
It ain't gonna be this year because you got Colin Klein calling the plays. Shout out, Coach Klein.
Shout out,
my
Coach
man.
Klein. Man, you got to strap it up and make plays against everybody.
Yeah,
especially in the SEC. So the schedule talk is it's just schedule talk.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So the team goals obviously to win the SEC, and I mean sky's the limit.
Right.
What about your personal goals for this upcoming year?
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, personal wise, I haven't set any like I said, you can tell I've said that before. 12-0, SEC championship, college football playoff, like that's it. Like that.
Good for you, man.
I love that about you.
You know
as a
what?
quarterback, if you win and you win, like it takes care. The rest takes care of itself.
Dude,
you're gonna get you're gonna get that stuff. But like, you go 12-0 next year, you win the SEC, and you go to the college football playoff. You don't need to be worrying about your personal goals.
Hey, that's a guy I'm going to battle for.
Let's go, baby.
That's a guy I'm going to battle for. Because that's hard to say, dude.
Yeah.
That is hard to say in a world that's about money.
Right.
Because a lot's changed since I played. It's about money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
These cats getting paid. These cats getting a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like we're trying to play football in a world of business.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think a mentality like that not only transitions to the rest of your team, but that's going to take you so far in this world after football. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, listen, that's a team. Granted, there's some good players, right? You get some good, like, let's call a spade a spade. Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs, okay, is a dog. Okay? And there's dudes on there like Echo Boydo that played at Kansas State. That's the first professional football player from Nigeria, or not Nigeria, from
hey, don't forget about the Nigerian nightmare.
No,
man.
not Nigeria. Go some other place in Africa. I don't remember what it is. But that was the mentality, right? You know what? If that dude doesn't show up and give that cat a look, you don't get any better. Right? He don't get any better.
Right.
And when you have a mentality like what you just have and what you just said, I freaking love that, dude.
Yeah. And I don't think you're full of shit. I think you're actually
you're not full of shit.
I truly believe that. I truly believe that. And at the quarterback position more than any others. It's about winning. It's about the team. And if you're winning and your team's in a good spot, you're going to be in a good spot. Your job's going to be safe.
Yeah.
So I got to ask this question. It's SEC championship. Okay. It's 4th and goal. You're 3 yards out. You taking the ball? Are you going to, I mean, what do you want to do?
I want a run pass option where, I can identify quickly, like, okay, like the pass is there. Let's give it a rip. Otherwise, like, give me like a draw. Give me a fake pitch to Luther.
You guys ran that draw really nice last year.
Yeah. Like, honestly, the call is probably going to be, maybe I shouldn't say it right now.
Don't say it.
No, honestly, yeah, you can look back and you can see our short yardage calls like that in those moments. It's either going to be a quick pass that we really like. Otherwise, like if it's not there, we can check it to a quarterback count or quarterback draw or give it to the shredder.
Let's go.
Shredder. I love the RPO world.
We got some new weapons though at the running back position.
Yeah, we do.
So that'll be exciting. We got Lacey coming in as a freshman.
Yep, Lacey coming in as a freshman. We got Marcus Carroll.
Your boy from Georgia State.
Yeah, Marcus Carroll from Georgia State, Nate Noel from App State. So those guys have been doing well. We've gotten a lot of work in, and start spring ball up pretty quick.
So you talk about these transfers, right? And so like these transfers essentially get re-recruited, right? They come in just like a kid from high school.
Yeah.
They get to see the facilities. Are they meeting with you? Are you getting to know them? Or is Coach Drink like, you know what? And it's hard for me to call it somebody else Drink. I'm just going to shoot you straight. Is Coach Drink coming to you and say, Brady, what do you think of this cat?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely collaboration on that end. And just like what I've seen out of them out at routes and tracks and like just like hanging out with them, talking, getting to know them because they're trying to get to know these guys too. You know what I'm saying? So and obviously I'm around them in a more intimate way than the coaches are. So yeah, they're definitely asking me what I think and asking me how they're acclimating and how they're doing. So, and right now I've just been telling them they've been doing a hell of a job. So
Love it.
So I got to ask this. I meant to ask this earlier. When you're traveling on the road, and whether it's a home, because you guys stay at the hotel the night before the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you still check your phones?
Oh, like before the game? Like
the night before the game? Are they doing phone check?
You mean putting them away?
Like you put the phones in a pillowcase. The coach comes around, takes your phone. It's gone.
Oh, really?
That's what we used to do.
No.
Yeah, Coach Snyder took our phones, dude.
Hey, this isn't 1982.
It didn't matter, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I mean,
Do you have to put your BlackBerry away?
Yeah, I did. I had a BlackBerry.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
ain't even shitting you.
that's great.
Yeah, BBM,
honestly,
baby.
cool idea. But no.
You're not. Okay, so, but you're going on the road, you're at home, you're in the hotel, you're going through your same standard routine. What is the night before the game meal? Is there one meal, like it's guaranteed, you're having it? Like, does Coach Drink do that?
He does. There.
You going steak?
So for the team
meal.
it's the same thing every time.
What is it?
It's like you get this pasta bar where you
Yep.
go up and like you order your pasta. Like, and most people get some sort of pasta, because why not, right?
Right.
And then like you go through the line, and the line's the same thing every time. It's like mashed potatoes, it's like green beans. There's some fried chicken, some grilled chicken. Obviously, the chicken options.
You got fried chicken.
I don't get fried chicken.
You don't get fried.
I don't get
That's
fried
a little
chicken.
heavy, man.
Little heavy.
Those hog mollies ripping fried chicken.
But then I say heavy, but then like I go and get like a big bowl of ice cream on Friday night.
Oh, you guys get ice cream.
Everyone eats ice cream. It's kind of like an unwritten rule.
Is that
like, with
right?
the team, like on Friday nights, like you go eat ice cream.
Bro, you know what we had? Orange sherbet. Coach Snyder's got individual cups of orange sherbet.
Yeah.
You get one.
That's not going to go a very long way.
But is there so you're traveling, right? Like say you go, you're over in Tennessee. Like, is there one place where the food's going to be bomb?
Like restaurant wise?
No, like the pregame meal.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like which place?
Easy,
like really?
Easy. Chateau Alon at Georgia. Nicest. Yeah,
Okay.
That's easy.
That's
yeah,
it.
Athens. Like
That's
the
it.
food. The Chateau Alon, like the hotel we stay at, it's beautiful. So I mean, they do it up. They do it up right. The
Athens
food,
was sick, man.
Dude.
That was my first time there. It was impressive.
It was fun.
There's always that one place. Like we had the Clarion in Manhattan, and that's where y'all stayed.
Okay.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not. It's Four Seasons now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But that's where we used to stay. And that Alfredo sauce, I ain't shitting you. I'd put that on a piece of cardboard and eat it. That Alfredo was bomb.
Yeah, pretty funny. Like just going around each week and like trying the like same recipe, same menu.
Yep.
And same foods, but like it tastes completely different.
That shit was so electric. I loved it.
Love it, man. So yeah, obviously positive, a lot of positive vibes here in Columbia.
Yeah, positive vibes.
Do you think Mizzou's football program could become a fixture in the SEC, become like a national name powerhouse? Is that?
I mean, I think the opportunity's there.
Yeah.
I think it's why not? STP,
baby. Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, I think that opportunity is there for us.
Well, it seems like we've got like the resources in place, we got the leadership in place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, we have the team to make another run this year. So
how do we keep these boys to stay home, man? KC, St. Louis.
Right.
It seems like we're doing the right things.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing the right things. I think it starts with winning. If you're winning, like I said, it solves a lot of problems. It really does, and it solves recruiting too. So if you're winning, kids are going to be watching. Kids are going to be following the current players that are there. Social media is going to be popping, which obviously is huge for recruiting now.
I guess it helps when you get $62 million anonymous donations as well.
Yeah,
that doesn't hurt.
I guess that doesn't hurt.
That's wild, man.
It's a lot of money.
I was so lucky to get a couple of free beers, dude.
Tell us who it was. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been asking around. I can't figure it out yet. I'm working on it. We'll see.
It's got to be somebody with some deep pockets.
I mean, NIL's just changed so much.
Yeah.
It's changed the aspect of everything. And, and I think you can agree with this. Like, a college team has just such a plethora of people from all different diverse backgrounds. 100%. So you've got your wealthy families from a metro. You've got your farm guys that are from small town America.
Yeah.
And then you got some dudes that grew up in like inner city Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's like they come from nothing.
Right.
And then so you have this entire melting pot of people that come together to fight for one common cause, and that's to freaking win. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, but guess what? You break that locker room, dude's got to eat.
Yeah.
Right. And like our scholarship check, we talked about this with Kareem Rush. Like my scholarship check was $1,600 a month. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know what they are now.
Same.
The same thing.
Same.
1,600.
1,600.
Really?
Same
Shit has
exact,
not changed in 12 years.
Same exact thing.
Really?
Yep.
And so now you have $1,600 to pay for rent, to pay for bills, and now you may be left with $100, $200 a month to go out and try to eat.
Yeah.
If you're not eating training.
Yeah,
table.
I mean, that was the reality of my first 2.5, 3 years. So, like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're talking
And
about.
these cats don't know how to balance a checkbook.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
They
correct.
they got a debit card. They ain't got a credit card most likely. They got a debit card. And they're like, man, I got 500 in here. We about to hit the club. Like, what's that bar you said here that everybody goes to?
What, Harpo's?
Harpo's. Man, we going to Harpo's and we going to get it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But then in all reality, the next day, there ain't no money.
Yeah.
And so now they're getting to-go boxes from training table trying to make it by.
Right.
I think that there needed to be some more money provided to some of these cats because they didn't have the backing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So-
All of those problems and those issues, like, NIL's helped out, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's changed a lot of kids' lives, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's changed a lot of kids' lives.
Yeah.
So,
Monetarily. And then, like we were saying, like in the transfer portal stuff, like Cody Schrader,
yeah.
I mean, gets a chance to transfer. I don't know if he would have transferred before
Right. Who knows?
the transfer
I mean,
portal. Wouldn't even
who knows?
been given that opportunity.
Yeah, I know. We probably wouldn't even be talking about him right now.
I'm actually glad I didn't have NIL because we went to Prairie Bank Casino literally that weekend every time we got the check, and at least 25%.
Would you just put it all on black?
Going on red, dude.
Okay.
You always go on red. Always go on red. Well, Coach Snyder wouldn't have been mad at that. Did you know we could not wear red in the complex? Because of
Really?
Nebraska. No, he wouldn't let it.
Is that right?
If you walked in with a red shirt, he made you change.
No way.
Yeah. But we went and put it on red. And you either were eating good that month or you weren't eating that month.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
No.
Well, hey man, what so future plans? Is the NFL kind of is that what you're looking at?
Yeah. Get through my last year here, win, and find a way to extend my career in the NFL.
Yeah. Have you talked to any like scouts or anything?
Yeah,
kind of-
yeah. There's been like not like direct contact. You know what I'm saying?
that.
Right.
But yeah, like they've reached out to people and had some conversations and just kind of to see where I'm at. Obviously now they're kind of moved on to this draft class like through April,
Right.
And then after April.
Is there like a certain thing that you can like kind of pinpoint like, hey, this is what I need to work on, or like
Yeah, I
just
mean,
to
honestly,
improve your whole game?
Yeah, just like fine tune and polish and just like really polish up like who I am and what my game is and like am I a running quarterback? Am I truly a pocket passer? Like really polish up like who I am, my identity as a quarterback, and just go ball out.
Yeah, because you're faster than a lot of people probably realize.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're fast." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I can run."
What's your 40?
So we timed last May, and it was a 4.51 laser.
Let's go.
Damn, son.
Dude, scooting.
But I gained like 13, 14 pounds in the last 2 months since the bowl games.
Now
So
you're like a 4.7.
who knows? Well, we're gonna test in May. I'm hoping to keep it like right around like 4.5, and then because I mean, if I can keep it at 4.5 moving into my senior year, you know, I'll be in a good spot for just like the draft process and that whole thing. So
You'd be one of the faster QBs in the NFL probably.
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely got to keep the speed up with the weight. We'll see.
Love it.
What, we moving on the personal side a little bit.
Probably need to wrap up here.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right. So, a couple questions I got to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot of Mizzou fans. I got to know this. They asked me a question.
Okay.
The hair, dude.
Oh yeah, the hair.
The hair.
What do you
dude.
do? What's your product?
So I've always had curly hair.
You always have.
I've always had curly hair. It's natural curly hair. And like honestly, in high school and like middle school, high school, like all the other kids didn't have curly hair, right? So I thought it was weird. I didn't like it. I would try to like comb it over and like straighten it out, and like I'd be stressing all the time. And then like, dude, I got to college and I was like, dude, screw it, bro. Like let's get the curls rolling. And
Yeah,
like,
baby.
dude, like it's very simple. Like you just like fluff your hands through it like that, and then it's curls, bro. So it's just like you wake up and it's curly, man. It's
Are
easy.
you Tresemme or Head and Shoulders? They want to know.
Wait, what now?
But what shampoo? You going Tresemme
okay. Dude,
or
like,
Head and Shoulders, dude?
Nothing specific, bro. Like I'll walk through the store and like that packaging looks nice this month. Like, you know, take it off.
Just going great value
Let's
at
give it a
Walmart.
try.
Value.
Right. So I mean,
Who
like
cares?
I'm not married to a product like that or anything. So
I had this dude. We were on the way down, and he's like, "Dude, you got to ask him about the hair. You got to ask him." So,
yeah, man, natural curls, and like I've definitely like played into it a little bit just this year because I think it's kind of become part of who I am, and
Yeah.
I'm glad it did because like for a while, like I said, like growing up, like dude, I didn't like the curls. You know, I didn't like them. So
Hey,
I'll tell you what, man. We appreciate you so much.
Love it, man. Thanks a lot for taking.
No, this was
There's
fun.
a bunch
This
of
was
other
awesome.
things you could do today, and we appreciate you taking the time.
This was a lot of fun.
I'm obviously not a Mizzou fan, but I've gained a whole different level of respect for you. I have a ton of respect for you on the field. I'm excited to watch you this year.
Super excited. And we could say, hey, we did the first in-person podcast with Brady Cook.
This was my first one, and dude, this was
cool is
a
that?
blast, dude. Just sitting up here talking ball, talking life. So
Love it.
We've been talking for an hour. Can you believe that?
no way.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Time flies up here, dude.
Time flies. You're having fun, man.
Time flies, dude. That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, man.
You
Thanks-
guys
thanks
heard
for
it
coming.
right here. Brady Cook starting as quarterback, Missouri Tigers. Shout out to Zarda Barbecue. Shout out to ITAP.
ITAP, International Tap House.
International Tap House. And Mike's Wine and Spirits. Andy, appreciate you very much. Have an amazing year, man. Get after him.
MIZ.
Thank you. STP.